everyone, Luke here. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to talk about left-right dysfunction. Okay, so this is a very important topic with healing. Okay, now the reason why it's important is because most people actually have collapsed left sides, and this is true in my body. Okay, it was more true, but it's still true to a certain extent, and many people wonder why that happens. Okay, so let's talk about some of the complaints I get. Okay. So one of the complaints I get is shoulder pain as someone heals, right? And it's always on the left side, okay, which is very interesting. And so you might notice this in yourself, and I noticed it in myself as well. So let's talk about my own body, right? So if I get shoulder pain, it's going to be on the left side. So left side, shoulder pain, okay? So left side, shoulder pain, okay? And many people complain of shoulder pain on the left side as they heal. And this is very interesting, okay? So on my left side as well, my jaw clicks. So when I open my mouth, my jaw clicks. It doesn't click on my right side, it clicks on my left side, okay? It might be reversed because I'm looking at the camera. So yeah, my left jaw clicks. So left jaw clicks, okay? My left hip actually kind of pops, doesn't pop in and out of place, but it pops more, right? Like if I'm sitting down for a long time and then I sit up and straighten up my hips, some of the tendons kind of move, right? So it's true with my left hip, okay? So as you can see, this is all on the left side. And when people email me about shoulder pain, I actually ask them, I'm like, what side is it on? And I can tell you almost every time it's always on the left side. And this is very, very interesting. And I want to talk about why that is, why our left sides are collapsed more than our right, and then what we can do about it, okay? So why? Why are the left sides collapsed? I don't know 100%, but it seems to be the case. I think there's several reasons. So if you read some of Dr. Wilson's articles, and in my own experience as well, the left side is more yin. So the left side is more yin, okay? Let's see here. Now, this is a little more esoteric, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the left side's more cold, okay? It's more feminine, and it's just more collapsed in general, right? Many of the bodies are collapsed today. I see this on hair tests. Many people are on 4 lows, right? 4 lows is a collapsed pattern, and if you have a collapsed pattern, it's probably true that the body's collapsed, and if the body's collapsed, usually the left side is going to be more collapsed, okay? So it's more yin. I also think that we live in a society that tends to favor the right side of the body. Now, this is true both with a couple things, okay? So most people are right-handed, okay? And so let's say your body's collapsed, like you're in 4 lows or something, or you're in burnout like most people, and that means your body only has a certain amount of energy. And this is true when you were a kid as well, right? So when you were a kid, your body only had a certain amount of energy to build itself. The children don't get enough nutrients, right? So imagine you're a child, you're eating whatever, and it's not very healthy, and you're not getting enough nutrients, right? But you're growing. And so your body has to make a decision. I don't have enough nutrients to support both sides. Which side should I favor in order for me to best function, okay? And usually the answer is the right side. Most people are right-handed for whatever reason in our society, okay? I don't know if this is a human trait itself. Maybe it's not our society. Maybe it's the fact that human beings just favor the right side more. This is something to ponder. I think I lean more towards it's a little bit more of our society, right? We favor the right side for whatever reason. I think it has to do with maybe because we're a less intuitive society and we're more it's a more analytical sort of scientific approach type of society. And so maybe we're favoring a side of our brain, and then that side of the brain strengthens that side of the body more. I think that could be an important reason. But I think another thing to maybe look at is that maybe human beings just favor the right side for whatever in general. So if everything was equal in a society that didn't favor left or right-handed throwing and right and everything, I think that probably people would still tend to be right-handed. I think this is actually just true of the way the human body is designed. And because the right side is more yang, people use that side more because it's right, it's just a little bit healthier, right? It has overall more strength, or there's more nervous system energy flowing to it, okay? So all in all, it's still something for you to ponder. You know, I don't know. I think it's probably a mix of the two. I think it's probably a mix of our society favoring that side of the brain and that side of the body. And most kids are kind of encouraged to write and throw with the right side. And I think it's also maybe just part of human nature, and human beings just tend to favor that side in general because it's healthier or whatever. I don't really know. Maybe there's more esoteric reasons I'm not aware of. But it's something to maybe ponder about. But it seems to be the case, right? So what can we do about it? Well, there's several things we can do about it. Obviously, making overall the body more healthy helps. You know, if the left side is so dysfunctional, just overall body care helps, right? So doing the pushing down or pulling down exercise, using the sauna, popping the back every day, very important. Getting chiropractic care, just practicing good posture, going on walks, things like that. All that will obviously help. But I think there's also specific things that you can do for the left side. So what are some specific things that you can do? I think it's actually good. You know, one of the great artists taught this. I don't know if it was I think it might have been Michelangelo. No, it was Da Vinci, I think. Da Vinci taught that he actually practiced. I don't know, maybe it was either Michelangelo or Da Vinci, I don't remember. But he one of the things he talked about was that he practiced with his left side because he thought it was important for building coordination and balance in the body was using the left side. And so he would actually write with his left hand. And he would draw and he would practice as much with his left hand as he would with his right. So I do think that making a conscious effort to use your left hand more helps. This is true like with sports, for example. You know, like if you're a fighter, right, you're going to favor one side or the other. But if you have as much power and control over your left hand and left side of your body as your right, that gives you a huge advantage, right? The reason why this gives you an advantage is because it's more efficient to switch stances out of certain techniques, right? And it makes you unpredictable, right? Because if you're just facing a certain way, right, and you're swinging with your right hand, that becomes predictable. Whereas if you can flow into an opposite stance and also swing with your left, and it's as powerful and quick and precise as your right, that gives you an athletic advantage. Same is true with like basketball, for example. You know, if you can only do right-handed layups, that's an advantage to the defense, right? Because they know that they can guard that side more. Whereas if you're equally good at layups with your left or right side, that gives you a certain advantage in basketball, right? Because you can go to the left side when they're expecting you to go to the right side, and that gives you more space, right? So it's true with athletics. And I think, or like with weightlifting. That's why also in weightlifting, I don't recommend that you use a lot of barbells. I recommend that you use mostly dumbbells, okay? So, you know, instead of one bar, where the load is on both sides of the body at the same time, and then when you do that, you have to realize that you can use one side more than the other, right? Because it's a whole bar, and then if you're going for that last rep and you're shaking, you're going to use one side more than the other, right? So you're going to push with your right side more. Whereas with a dumbbell, if you can't do that last rep with your left, you can't do it, right? But you're actually getting the same amount of reps, and you're working out the both sides more. So that's why I recommend if you're going to work out, you should use dumbbells, right? Because that way you're not getting a left-right dysfunction. You have to lift as much weight as many times with both sides, and it'll help your left side catch up to your right side more, okay? So in your activities, I think that making a conscious effort to do exercises with your left side just as much as your right side, and even maybe making a conscious effort to like read and write, not read, obviously can't read with your left side, but you know, draw with your left hand. I think that can actually help overall, right? Another thing that's very, very important, it's probably the most important factor to help heal your left side, is the pulling down exercise, okay? So just pulling down. And I talk about this every video because it's so important, you guys. It's so important. Pulling down. I can make a video on this every day because it's so important. Pulling down, pulling down, pulling down. That's, you know what I talk about. It's the most important part of the program. And most people have a harder time moving energy down their left side, okay? And most people, when they first start moving energy down their left side, they can feel it's collapsed. That includes me, okay? I can still feel that it's collapsed compared to my right side. And their left side feels colder and deader and more collapsed to them, okay? And so that's making a conscious effort to pull as much energy down your left side, at least as your right side, or even just focusing on the left side for a while, will help you uncollapse it. It's helped me a lot, actually. Gotta get a neck pop in there. And it's helped me a lot, okay? For years, I've focused more on my left side. And, you know, my jaw doesn't click as much as it used to. My shoulders, I think, is a little bit more, little better. But really making an effort to move energy down the left side, even though it's harder, is a very, very powerful way to uncollapse the left side, okay? And if I could choose anything to help your left side more, it would be doing the pulling down exercise, okay? There's other things that can help, you know, obviously the whole program, getting chiropractic care. Something called Stricte will probably help. Lewis has made videos about this more than I have, because I think he's used the product and I haven't. It's something called Stricte. So the most important sort of, I'm going to make a separate video about this, but the gist is that the most important sort of postural thing is how the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth and how your teeth come together. And this makes your neck like a lever. And so most people's heads are too far forward like this, right? Whereas the Stricte basically automatically straightens out your neck and puts like torque this way, right? So your head comes down, and it automatically makes your posture better. Okay, something like Stricte can definitely help you uncollapse your left side, but definitely pulling down exercise by far. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, it's okay to have a collapsed left side. Many people actually, you know, when they start moving energy down the left side, it doesn't feel very good because they see it so dead and collapsed. But it's a process. And if it feels dead and collapsed, you just keep moving energy downwards and eventually you heal it. Most of my infections, I've retraced numerous infections on my left side. You know, sinus infection on the left side, ear infections on the left side. Just because to heal my left side and uncollapse it and heal it, I've had to get rid of all the infections there because, you know, not only is it more collapsed, but if it's more collapsed, it's more likely to have infections, right? Because your body's not taking as good a care of your left side. And so it just takes more healing, okay? But it's good because when you heal your left side, your body's much better balanced, right? So the best athletes in the world have healthy left sides. That gives them better symmetry in their body and gives them better agility and balance, right? Because most people, their right sides are so much healthier and stronger, they push more off their right foot, their right arm is a lot stronger, and if both legs have the same amount of nervous system energy working through them, and the arms and the shoulders and the whole symmetry of the body has the same nervous system energy and strength, that gives you a huge benefit to your balance and agility, right? I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it does, okay? And it'll help you overall in your life. It'll help you with your thinking too. Because our society seems to be more favoring of the right side, if you detox the left side, you'll probably become more intuitive and get better at the things that maybe our society isn't as good as. Like I talked about, more intuitive, a little less analytical, a little bit more knowing, a little less always searching, right? This is a little bit more esoteric, but go with me here. But anyways, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, most important, pull down on the left side, along with all the other things that I talked about, including chiropractic care, deep tissue massage, all that good stuff. Popping your body, rubbing your feet, rubbing the tops of the feet, popping the toes, that all helps the left side, okay? Just like it helps the right. But don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it was informative, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.